Hi everyone, it's Becky. I'm sure most of you know me by now. I just wanted to share the content of the session that we did with Dave on the unit. It was a really powerful session. So I've edited down some of the most important things that he was kind enough to share with us when he came in to talk about his experience on AICU and how his recovery's been. As you listen to him talk, see how many common and uncommon post-ICU symptoms you can identify, and of course reflect on what we can do, all of us do better as healthcare professionals to improve the at times really quite traumatic experience that being on ICU can be. Also, don't forget to listen to all of the really positive stuff that Dave has to say. He is, as you'll hear, a really, really grateful man for everything that we've done for him, and I do think we should all be really proud of our efforts. I hope you enjoy.
Well, me and my partner tested positive on the 9th of January. And the first week it's not bad this, we're working from home, this is COVID. You know, we'll be back at work in a week or so, 10 days. And then on the 7th day, we felt a bit tired, went to bed, thinking it'll sort of be all right in the morning. And it wasn't. Julie tried to wake me up. She took my saturation level when it was 31. Rung up 999, asked her if she could do CPR. I don't remember any of that at all. From there, I can remember some very vague things. The ambulance sound I can hear, that's extremely vivid to this day. Yeah, ambulance, as soon as we hear an ambulance, it's petrifying. I don't really remember anything initially getting in there, but when I do remember things, it was panic and frustration, confusion. I really didn't know. Even though I knew what was wrong with me, I didn't know why I was there when I woke up. Well, there's some memory somewhere that I was doing the heart sign and putting my thumbs up to people. They keep coming back every now and again, but I can't really remember the change in oxygen level or you talking to me. But sorry, okay. Just every now and again it just flips back into your head, and that's when you get emotional about it. It's the gratitude for you people for what you were doing at the time, and it's frightening. It's something I thought I'd never ever see. To come so close to not being here, I can't really comprehend what happened. This sounds really stupid. I feel guilty. I feel guilty to some of my family, what I put them through. Even though I didn't do it, I do feel guilty what my kids are now going through, what Julie's gone through. I do. I feel like I felt like a bit of a burden at times. I mean, the whole I think it's 56 days is I've got little bits that are there and little bits that are not. And what I wanted to do, and this when I came out, is get that 56 days so I could see what happened to me. It was quite big, important to me to fill that gap. I know that he was looking at doing diaries at one time, and I thought that would have been really helpful to have a diary. My daughter basically did this for me. So every single phone call that was made and all the conversations that went on, there's the really bad day, she put it all down for me so I can read. And even now, I've not even started reading it, but I've just got a shiver going down my spine because I know what happened on that day, but that is so scary. But then it's so good to read, you know, because it really fills that gap. And she goes right from the beginning straight to the day I came out. And I can't thank her enough for doing that. So many things that happen that would help, like I had pictures, you put pictures in the bed, on the side of the bed. And that was amazing the first time I saw those. I think they were on the top at first, weren't they? around the phone and things like that. When I saw them, it was so touching, and just little things like that make it easier to get through. Having visits, well, I didn't really have many visits, but when I did have one, I thought it was the first visit I'd had, but I had 4. I just don't remember the rest of them. The day the voice came back, it was like, because I don't really remember the tracheotomy being put in place. All I do remember is waking up and I couldn't talk, and then I was terrified that this had happened and it had gone and wouldn't come back. So I think the first time, you may have done it, I don't know who did it, but the first time I spoke, it was just like a new world. It was like, and I didn't have a voice before, you know. That's all I can explain. It's just so emotional time to be able to talk. That was the biggest time, really.
Yeah.
And then to put some music on as well, and to be able to try and sing it, although I couldn't, but tried. No.
Shook me all night long.
Yeah, it took me all night long. Yeah, it's funny that's become my top song, that.
Yeah.
When you can't talk, the communication side is really, really difficult. You know, you're trying to get nurses' attentions when you're in bed and you can't talk. And the one of the worst things I know is when you can't go to the toilet and when you can't get somebody's attention quick enough. I know they're busy and everything, but it's so horrible. That's probably the most horrible thing happened in there, is that you just feel really, it's not degrading, isn't the word, but you don't want to be doing it because you've got, you know, somebody's got to come in and clean you up and everything. It's just not being able to communicate. I'm not sure whether, you know, it's appreciating sometimes with some of the people that you can't hold a pen. I'll get your pen and a pad and just leave it. I couldn't pick it up. And when I'm tried to write, I mean, it's only for a few weeks after I went home, my 4-year-old grandson could write better than me. I couldn't write anything. Now I can just about, it's back to near enough what it was. Well, the only thing that wasn't really nice was the suction that you have to do. And I think not knowing really what that was for, and I know it was for now, I know what, and I probably did once it had done a few times. But at first you think, why? And then how often it was done. Does it need to be done that much? Because it's a horrible thing. That was probably whether it just was communicated of what it was for and how often you needed to do it.
Yeah.
That was probably the main thing, really.
Yeah.
You're obviously doing things that you know need to be done from a nurse's point of view. And maybe you just haven't got the time to explain. I think sometimes, why am I having more antibiotics, or why am I taking that tablet, or why am I taking that medicine? And it would be nice if there could be a bit more explanation. You've got all these people going around doing things to you, but what they're doing and why they're doing them. And they know, but it might help if the patient...
Does that cause you any anxiety?
Yeah, I think a little bit as to, well, if somebody said, oh, you're having some antibiotics, and well, I only had some sort of a few hours ago, why am I having some more? What? I think, yeah, it did a little bit of panic as to, God, there must be something else wrong with me that I don't know about. I think it might be just helpful if there was a bit of explanation behind it, that's all. If there was something that you could look at to say why you've given that, yeah, I think that would be a good idea. I thought it would be, instead of all the commotion and everything that's going on, I thought it's going to be really nice to go in and work before people, although there's only 2. Quiet, they turn the lights off at night and it's like the night. It wasn't like that. It was like, oh, what's going on here? Because there was nobody moving. They wanted you to sleep, which I just couldn't do. I found it was really weird, yeah. It was like going from one extreme to another overnight, which I thought would be good because I thought that's what I needed. But then when you get there, no, I thought it was very disorientating. Frustrating, slow, hard work. I think not understanding how hard it was going to be, but people tell me that, well, it hasn't been slow for you to get where you are now, compared to quite a lot of people. It's a fantastic position you're in. You know, I was walking with a stick when I went home. I've got pictures, which I'm like an old man, this little old man staggering it down the path. And from where I was then to now is incredible, really. I think it's difficult to actually appreciate how poorly I was actually at times. For me,
Yeah.
You know, you all say how poorly we were, but then I think, well, I don't remember that. So I don't know how poorly or how close. Did I come that close?
You were really sick.
Yeah.
Really sick. I think
Yeah.
I think collectively we were all very, very worried for you on a number of occasions.
Well, thank you. I don't know what to say, really.
That's okay. No.
I've got so much gratitude to all of you, really, I'll tell you. Thank you. How much it means. Because without you, I couldn't have done it.